This is Mrs. Peterson, and I'm in graphic design class, and we're going to talk about how to do a box visual of a yearbook page. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure we go online. And what did you guys Google? Yearbook what? Yearbook layout. So you're going to look for yearbook layout. And once you go to yearbook layout, make sure you choose images. And I've already told most people, don't pick something with circles. It's just going to be too hard to do. Maybe if it's your third one and you want to try to do something with circles, do it, but otherwise don't. And don't pick one of these pages that has the portraits on it. That's not what we're doing. Don't pick this. That's way too easy. Okay, so you're going to scroll through and you're going to look for an interesting design. I'm scrolling quickly. I'm looking for something that I could do. I'm going to choose this one right here. So once I pick the one that I want, you can go to that website, or a quicker way to do it is Shift-Command-4 on a Mac. And I'm just going to take a screenshot of that page. So there, I've taken a screenshot of it. On my Mac, when you take a screenshot, the screenshot goes to your desktop. So now I'm going to open up my Photoshop, which should have already been open. I apologize that mine's not open. And in my Photoshop, I'm going to start a new document, and the dimensions of that document are on the backboard, which is 19.4 by 12.75, 300 resolution CMYK. And I'll go ahead and title that Yearbook Layout 1. Actually, put your first and last name first, so it's Sarah Peterson, Yearbook Layout 1. So here is the size of my correct size of my yearbook layout. Does anybody notice that there's a graph on top of mine right now? So my Photoshop currently is opening up with a graph on top of it. If you want a graph, you just do Command H and a graph will pop up. If you don't want the graph, you push Command H again and it'll come up. So I don't want the graph right now. I'm going to duplicate my background, Command J, and then I'm going to get everything ready to import what I have next. So I'm going to go to it should be in your file on the desktop. To be honest, I'm not sure where mine is, so I'm going to find the template that we already downloaded, and it's called Entourage. Entourage, if I spelled it right. Who knows how to spell Entourage? I'll find it right here. This is the name of our new web page. It's called Entourage. E-N-T-O-U-R. E-N-T. Okay. So transparent template for Entourage. That's the one that we're going to use. So yours should be in your desktop folder. If you can't find it there, it should be in your downloads, but put it in your desktop folder. And I'm going to drag and drop that onto my template, and look how it fits. Perfect. Hello. So, and then I check mark it because I put the right size in. Now I'm going to duplicate down here at the watch my arrow. Down here at the bottom, you can add layers, clear layers. So I'm going to add a few clear layers that I'm going to deal with later. And I'm going to put that Entourage template at the top because I want it on top of what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go down to one of my bottom layers, not my very bottom layer, and I'm going to drag and drop that screenshot that I just took, which would be on my desktop. Now my desktop is way more complicated than yours, but I'm going to just look for the screenshot. And here's the screenshot that I just took. Do you guys see that? There's the screenshot that I just took. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to drag and drop it onto it. And right now, let me pull this down a little bit. At the very top of my Photoshop, there's a check mark and it's called a prohibition sign. It's the circle with the line through it up here. If I liked the size of this, I can just push check mark, but I want to stretch this to fit my template. And here's what I determined on Tuesday when we were together, and I showed a few of you, so now I'm showing all of you. Up on my top guide up here, there is what looks like a chain link fence, or like a link, like a chain. And so if it is dark, when you stretch this, it'll keep the dimensions of what you took a picture of. So let's see. Mine is actually pretty close, but not totally close to my design. If you notice, even if I move it to where I want it, it's not going to totally fit within the guides of what I'm using. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go up to this menu bar up here, and I'm going to unclick this link, and it will become light gray instead of dark gray. And that way I can actually stretch this to where I want it. And now I'm just going to take my corners. And you don't want any words to go outside of the red bar, but you can have pictures go outside of the red bar. So I'm going to stretch it so that there aren't any words outside of the red bar, but there are pictures outside of the red bar. And that is sort of you kind of playing around with it. And then when I like it the way I want it, I push a check mark. Now it'll be a little bit more in focus. It might not be totally in focus for you, but that's not a big deal, because you're going to be building on top of this. Now, this one that I just picked does not have much font in it. So the next thing, I go up to another layer, and here's where I'm going to use my guides. So in your Photoshop, there should be a ruler on the top in inches and a ruler on the side in inches. If there is no ruler there, then you're going to go up to the very top, which is up on the ceiling up here, view, and you want to make sure that you show rulers, to go to extras, show, grid, show. So this shows me all the things that I'm showing. My ruler is showing already, so I don't have to, but that's where you would find rulers if your ruler's not showing. Once my ruler is showing, I can take my mouse and I can go up here and I can grab a ruler, and I can use it on this particular assignment to outline the things that I'm going to make text boxes with, or boxes with. So right now I'm doing that word school. So I went to the top and the bottom of that word. Wow, it's not even lined up. Okay. And then I'm going to go to my left and right and make a box around that. If I was the yearbook teacher of this, I would have caught it, because look, there's too much space between the H and the O on this. And also, they did not align their O on this to their C on this, but that's because I can see it better and their teacher didn't see it. I'm going to do a few of these pictures right here. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to put it on the outside of that picture and the outside of this picture, and there's going to be a gutter between the pictures. Can anybody say what a gutter means? It's the space in between font or texts, or in between pictures. It just gives you that little white look right there, that clear line. That's your gutter. So right now I'm outlining my photographs, and I'm using the up and down. Now, again, I did not pick one with much font on it, so I was going kind of quickly for you guys. But if I do the bottom of these two teachers or two kids, and then I messed it up so I can actually move it down a little bit more just by watch my mouse up this very top one right here, which is called the move tool. I can move that guide. So right now I'm just putting a guide around all of my pictures. That bottom guide is too close, so I'm going to move it down. And I talked with somebody yesterday and somebody today, where the person who designed the yearbook page that they were doing did not do very good alignment. So this particular page has pretty good alignment. But if you have two pictures right next to each other, and apparently one is like 2 millimeters higher than the other, pick one or the other. But don't make, when you're creating this, don't make one millimeter higher than the other, because that's bad alignment. And whoever designed that page that you just happened to pick off the internet didn't do good alignment. So correct their alignment for me, all right? Because I want you to know how to do good alignment. So I'm going to go ahead and pretend 2017 is text. So I'm going to go ahead and outline that. We're going to pretend like that's, like a caption, so that I can show you what to do with that. And then the word pride is going to be my subtitle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and outline the word pride. I'm pretending it's a subtitle. And this thing that says playground fun, I'm going to go ahead and pretend like that is also a text. Just so that when we do this assignment, you'll be able to call it that. So now I have guides all over the place and things that I'm going to do. So you want to make sure in view, which we did the other day, it says snap to. Do this right now. You'd be such a happy person if you do this right now. View, snap to it. Make sure that it says guides. View, snap to guides. Because now when we start building, it's going to be so easy. So I'm going to go to my next layer up here, and I'm going to call it photos. And all of my photos that I'm going to put boxes around are going to be on this layer. And let's see. I'm going to pick someone. Kevin, what's your favorite color? Red? So I'm going to pick a red color for my photos. And I'm going to go up to, you can use several tools, but this is a great tool once you have the guides. So the second tool down on your toolbar on the left is called, there's several tools. There's a rectangular marquee tool, the elliptical marquee tool, and I don't ever use those single row because they're just a mess. But I'm going to grab that rectangular marquee tool, and then I'm going to use, this is going to snap to the guides that are already made, and it's going to outline that, outline the picture. Now, if you want to do it advanced and quick, you can hold down Shift and outline your other one as well. So I'm going to hold down Shift and outline all of mine. So I have now, by the way, I didn't do all my guides, but anyway. So now all four of my pictures, I held Shift. Guess what? Now I'm on this layer right here that says photos, and I can fill that, and all of them will fill. But it's not on the layer of the picture. It's not on the layer of the picture. And then I would go up to the next layer, and I might do title, and the titles are going to be a different color. And the font is going to be on another layer, and it's going to be a different color. Once I get all the blocks filled in, and I'm rushing this because I have a guest that came in. Once I get all the blocks filled in, then I will go to text right here, and I will create a text box over my photos. So here's my text box over my photos, and I'm just going to type in the word photo so we know it's a photo. My text is super big because it's something that I was doing with another class. So I'll just make sure that word photo can be seen. And I was showing this to someone already today. Here in my layers on the right hand side, if you watch my mouse, here's photos. I can duplicate that layer by doing Command J. And I know I have 4 photos, so I'm going to have four layers there that all say photos. They're all duplicated. Then I'm going to go back up to the top left hand move tool, and then I can just move that word photos onto those boxes. I might have to change the size of the font, but there you go. Now the word photo is over the red box, the word photo is over the red box, the word photo is over the red box, This title will be a different color, maybe red, maybe green, and it will say title. This one will say subtitle, and these two will say text. And when you finish, you'll take off the guides. So here's what it looks like without the guides. And you'll take off the background. So you'll just have and you'll take off the template, which is on the very top. You'll just have what it looks like. So I'm not going to ask for any questions right now because I'm going to save this recording, and in about 10 minutes I'll put it on YouTube and you can go back and look at my examples. And after I do that, I will come around and answer any questions anyone has. All right? I love you. I miss you already. Go out and change your world for the better.